Hi, it's Long Lance here, or Shane. Just giving you a quick build update on Dragon's way for it now, who comes a bit of German. Kleiner, Panzerbefehlswagen, Sd.Kfz.265, basically the Panzer 1 command vehicle. Any of you been watching this on ISM will know that this is my first Dragon build in a very long time, and my first World War II build in a quite a long time as well. So it's good to get back to kind of old favourites and comfort zones. But this is my first Panzer 1, and I have to say I'm loving it. I have another Panzer 1 in the stash, which is the variant with a demolition charge built onto the rear deck, but we'll cover that in a later review. So just as I am now, as you can see, I have the running gear completely assembled, so that's left off loose so I can come back and paint it later on. And I got these little bastards done, and that's exactly what they were, little bastards. So I got the tracks. Now these things were a bloody nightmare. This is an older, how would you say, an older new release from Dragon. So the moulding is top notch. There's actually no sink marks, no flash, few injector pin marks, but they're all inside the vehicle. Actually, now I think about it, there's only one or two. So it's a very top end quality model, but it's before they started adding Magic Track as standard to each of their builds. So you had to cut out these individual, and they're itsy bitty little tracks, like, you know, they're tiny. So they're a bit of a nightmare. And I snapped a load of them. The Carpet Monster ate a feckin' load of them. I do have, here's my spare bits box. I don't know if you can see that. They're all spare link ends I'm going to use for stowage and just to decorate the hull later on. Unfortunately, when I was building it, I snapped off a few ends. I don't know how well you can see that. Yeah, I snapped off a few endings. There you can kind of make it. I'm sorry again, this camera, it's an old camera, it doesn't auto zoom, and I can't actually readjust the focus once she's on. But we digress. We make do what we have. The hull is now ready for the upper hull. This is not glued on yet. It's just left there just to have a look see, and it's a very unusual looking vehicle. It would have been quite a tight fit for all the crew members. There would have been, it was an interior kit. Now this doesn't come with an interior, but it had to be all radio and communication arrays inside this for Overlight or Leashed Panzer company. But still, it's a lovely little model, very nice detail. I don't know if I can properly make it out, but there are very lovely rivet detail. Well detailed is quite nice. It is a bit flat. There isn't much texturing, which I don't know enough about the Panzer 1 to know if it's rolled steel or just welded plates. But again, Mr. Surface or even liquid Tamiya liquid cement and a bit of steepling could bring that out if needs be. Now I'm not going to do that until I actually convert some of my reference material, now. I'd like to actually know does real vehicle have it or not. But again, not to worry, it can always be done. Just going to take that off for a second. Yeah, the vehicle comes with a lovely little etch set, and any of the lads who've been watching this build on ISM will know that I am terrified of etch. I bloody hate it. It is devil's work. It looks lovely, but I'm shite at it. I just cannot do it. Like, I have a small shake in my hands, which makes it interesting when I'm painting figures, but when I'm trying to do etch, it bloody drives me up the wall. So my plan for this build is to really is twofold. To one, because I'm a bit of a sloppy model maker at times, I leave glue stains here and there, so I want this to be a very clean build, and I also want to be able to put as much of the etch in as possible. So the first bit of etch work on this is this large band running along the bottom of the fender. It's a bit of hair, sorry. Which, no, it's not, like, you know, as one of the lads made a good point on it, it's not the hardest of etch to do. It's actually quite a simple piece. But for me it was quite difficult, because I panic at etch. So But again, it has a nice bit of detail. The idlers, or the return rollers should I say, sorry, my apologies, they are a little bit of a disappointment. The only thing so far in the kit that's kind of let me down a bit. The mounting posts for these in the inside of the vehicle here, if you look here, or sorry, on the hull mount, you can see kind of the little pegs that they're mounted on. They are tapered. They're not stepped. It's like a stepped notch, so they fit loose, so they can sit at weird angles to each other. So if you're building one of these earlier Panzer ones, keep an eye on that. I'll come back to that with the other smart kit Panzer one I have with the demo charge and see how they changed that. It's not a big thing, but just something to be aware of when you're working with it. Again, same on the other side. Not all too much to see. This is a one-piece cast as well. It's very nice. Again, like I was saying, some nice well details and some rivet heads and whatnot. So quite nice. Should take some washes quite nicely. The suspension units are opposable. And they're simple. These again too did give me a bit of bother. They didn't fit too well, and that might be a mistake on my part, but there's a bit of wobble in them. So again, that could be down to me, or it could be down to the kit. I think it could be down just to how I build stuff. I'm a bit of an awkward builder. I just want to check now to see do I